Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Genetics play a part in body gain. Genetics. Just genetics. And, you know, one of the things when I promote body gain, is just, you know, get your best body. One of the things I'm seeing when other people are promoting it is you got to get a certain body. Like you got to be lean and have a certain amount of body fat. I got to excuse me. This weather changing and stuff. But look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You might not can have that. Everybody can't be like less than 10% body fat without some serious work. You know, it depends on your genetics. Some people can, some people can't. That's why I say get your best body. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Because, as I've said in a car video and several times, different women like different types of men. And whatever woman likes you, that's your tribe. Right? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about being like less than 10% body fat. Your genetics might not can handle it. At the same time, don't worry about being some big brolic dude with big old muscles. Your genetics might not can handle it. You got to go with whatever your genetics have. And see, if you do that, one, you're more comfortable. One, you're just more comfortable with yourself. Two, you're not trying to be like somebody else. Everybody can't be the same. You got to be the best version of yourself. That's the key. That's the key thing. And then see which women like it. Because women, like, you know, you get some guys, I don't know why they think all women like the same thing. Now, women might get a certain amount of women that like them, but they ain't going to get every woman. They ain't going to get every woman no matter how hard they try. Any man who says he gets every woman or tries to tell you that, they bullshitting you. They cap. That's straight cap. You know, every single man, he going to get some women, no matter, even if he's at his best, he's going to get some women, but he ain't going to get every woman. You know, where is he going to go? Which man can get every single woman? I want y'all to think about that shit. That's why also I would say, don't worry about what another man have your best. So you got to have your own body build, your best body build. You got to have your own style. You got to let the barber bless you a certain way. You know, don't worry about that. Like every woman don't want a square jaw. You know, and you might not have one. You might have, like I knew a guy and he was muscular, but he had, if you saw him from the neck up, he had a fat face. But he had a muscular body. And he got women like crazy. Apparently they liked it. You know, and see, you can't worry about somebody else. You gotta, like, really just deal with what your genetics have given you. You know, we can throw height in there because height is a part of your body, right? Look, if you ain't 6 feet, don't be wearing no damn shoes or something like that to make you 6 feet. If you 5'7", okay, you 5'7". You know, get your best body. Even if you 5'7", no matter what, you don't have to be slim. You don't have to be stocky. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you start trying to go against your own genetics and you start thinking something's wrong with it, you're going to have trouble the rest of your life. Is that what you want? You don't want trouble. Because a big part of body gain is just being comfortable with your own body. Your own body. You can't be someone else. That's a big part of body gain. And that's why I say whatever works for you. Because you got to see it because different women like it. Like I use the example of myself. When I lost a lot of weight, when I was sick, when I went through that stroke, I couldn't eat anything, couldn't really exercise, got real small. A lot of women didn't like it. A lot of women didn't like it. I didn't like it because I'm going to tell you what, at the size I'm at now, I prefer it because I can body slam a motherfucker. I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable being that small. You had some guys trying to praise it and shit. I wasn't comfortable. Not even what the women were saying. It was like me looking in the mirror. I was like, hold up, I ain't comfortable at that size. You know? I'm in a range now where I'm comfortable. But it's where I'm comfortable, not where somebody else is comfortable. Because I don't even look right. One woman said he looked emaciated when I was when I couldn't eat anything. You know? Everybody ain't the same. Everybody got different genetics. Anybody who's had babies or fathered some children can see that. I look at my sons, like my oldest son he's like tall and slim. You know, and that's how he came out the womb. My second son, my youngest son, came out stocky. He looked like he'd been bench pressing up in there. He was solid. When he was a baby, he was solid. Still solid. He's still solid. But women like both ones. There were some women that rejected my younger son for my older son. Okay, because he, you know, tall, 6'3". But then there were some women that rejected my older son for my younger son. And that was the thing. That was the thing. Now, are they tripping? No, they just like, hey, it is what it is. It's their genetics. You know? And you got to just live with it. Now, you still can get in your best shape. Your best shape. But see, your best shape, different guys going to have different best shapes. Like you look at football players. Look at football players. You're going to get some guys, they can be like a wide receiver or a cornerback. That's their best body build. They working out. Okay. But then you get some other guys, they built like a running back, you know, more stocky. Then you got the offensive linemen and defensive linemen. You know, they some big old dudes. You know, what they going to do? You know, got the linebackers, all of them at their optimum shape. All of them at their optimum shape. But it works for them. It works for them. You know? See, that's one thing. If you're going to get into body game, you got to get in your best shape. Don't worry about it. Some other guys saying, well, you got to be this. You got to be this. Talking about some women like this. No, some women like them at that, but that's not every single woman. And if guys, and this is one of the reasons why I say guys need to get out here and actually talk to women. They like different things. Some women like a big man, some women like a stocky man, some women like a slim man. But see, here's the beauty of it. Like I always talk about tribe. It always gets somebody asking about a tribe. A tribe, very simply, is whatever women like you naturally. Whatever your natural body build is, whatever your personality is, that's your tribe. Whichever women are naturally attracted to you. You know? And see, that's one thing. That's what genetics bring you. You know, you stick with your genetics, you can have whatever shape. You know, you can still get the women. You still comfortable. Because, okay, like say if a big guy, right? Big guy think, okay, well, I got to get my body fat down to under 10 and stuff. He's going to be uncomfortable. He might not be able to get it there without really eating some food. Without, like, going on some crazy diet or something. Working out 5 times a day, he might not get there. But he might not be meant to be there. You know? And just like you get some guy, they real slim. I know some guys real slim, wish they had some weight on them, but that's their natural weight. Women like them slimmer, and that's cool. You know, they ain't supposed to be big. They not comfortable big. If they could probably put on some weight, but they ain't comfortable there. You know? They not comfortable there, and they don't need to be comfortable there. Because just like you got different guys and everything, you got different women. Hell, even your joint size. Guys, don't worry about it. Worry about your joint. Worry about it works. You know? A woman's vagina, the average woman's vagina is only about 4 inches deep. So, you know, don't worry about your penis size and shit. Yeah, you got some size queens out there, but you also got some women, they shit like small and tight. See, that's another part. And see, let me go deep. The women that you most compatible with, they're gonna fit like a glove. They're gonna fit like a glove, and you know, that's part of your tribe too. Even in the bedroom, your shit gonna fit like a glove. Because if it don't fit like a glove, or you know, y'all not compatible physically in the bedroom, y'all might not supposed to be together. Yeah. That's some deep stuff, ain't it? That's some deep stuff. But, you know, you gotta ultimately, you gotta get comfortable. Body game is really about getting comfortable with your best body, ultimately. And yeah, I said, yeah, if you got muscles and all of that, but really every man should have some type of muscle. In fact, I remember this woman, she had a comment on IG, and she said women, different muscles, different women like that shit. Like some dudes, they might have all those cuts. Some dudes might have that big old thing. It depends on the woman. Like I said, I had a woman, she wanted to put 40 pounds on me. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. She was serious too. She wasn't joking. You know? Another woman might say, well, hold up. You need to lose some. Okay, I ain't the right man for you, huh? You know? Maybe you need to get with this other guy over here. You know? And I've had that before. I told the story several times. A woman I was real cool with. She just said I was too big for her. That was cool. She got with a real slim man. She was happy. And that's all that really counts in the end. That's all that really counts in the end, you know? Because you talk body game, it's your best body, not somebody else's. Yeah, and see, that's a problem I have. You got a bunch of guys, they just present and say, you got to be this, you got to be this. And that's fucking with some dudes' heads. That's fucking with some dudes' heads. I'm just saying, just be your best. Your best. Don't worry about everybody else. Be your best. Because if you get too caught up in being like looking like somebody else, you probably never will. That's why you got a lot of dudes, their heads are messed up because they say, well, I don't look like them. That's that whole Chad and Tyrone thing. Bunch of dudes feeling like they don't look like Chad, feeling like they'll be happy if they get some plastic surgery or something to look like Chad. I was like, nah. All you had to do is figure it out. Figure out which women checking you out. You know, I did a video on that, popular video on that one. You know, there's always a woman checking you out. Figure out, like, where you really go, where you really belong. You know? But ultimately, it's being good with yourself, being comfortable with yourself. Just saying, hey, you know what? I'm good. Because there's 4 billion women in the world. You don't need to look good for all 4 billion. Hell, if you look good for just 1 million, that's a lot, if you really think about it. You only need to look good. You don't need to look good for all of them. You just need to figure it out. And I know a lot of guys, there's some guys, they always come on and say, well, no, they ain't checking me out. Well, you got some other, first of all, you got some mindset issues, mental issues you need to deal with. And hey, if you need to talk to a mental health professional or something, or find a way to deal with that issue. Because that's where you got to go with it. You know? And let's be real. Let's turn that around. As men, we like certain body builds, because there was a woman with a body build I like who just ran by. Some men like a slim. Some men like thick. Shoot. Some dude hit me up. He said he seriously like BBWs. You know what? If that's what he like, that's all he need to like. I see my lucky number up here. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is though. It's a combination of numbers. Every time I see it, I'm like, yeah. Seriously. Just like guys like different body types, women like different body types. And genetically, that tells you where you're supposed to be anyway. Everybody ain't gonna be like big and brolic or like slim and lean. Everybody ain't gonna be that. Everybody got something they gonna be. In fact, there's 3 general body types that's talked about, which, it was ectomorphic, which is slimmer, mesomorphic, more athletic, and endomorphic, more big. And if you are what you are. You don't worry about it. You don't like say, well, I wish I was this or that. Nah. It's just like you got different size men, you got different size women. Shoot, the Kama Sutra talked about that. Shoot, that was on some deep stuff. Like, you gotta look, all you can do really is just focus on who you are, what you are, and go with that. You can't worry about it. It's just like I've talked several times about short-statured men. There's many of them on some player thing. Because they realize, look, they ain't going to get any taller. They realize, hey, you know what? It is what it is. They just going to play the hand they were dealt. Meanwhile, you got some guys who are tall, who are over 6 feet, having trouble. But as I've always said, it's the mindset thing. And it starts with just getting comfortable with yourself and then presenting your best self. And that's it. It's not hard. It's not hard. You got to be comfortable with it. Don't worry about what everybody else say. Well, you should be this, you should be that. Just be like, whatever. If you comfortable, sure. There's some big men. They comfortable with it. They like, yeah. I can say body game. They say shoot. Whatever. In fact, if you go around the planet, it's different stuff. Like, I know in Ethiopia, there's a tribe. Shoot, a man considered very handsome if he got a big old belly like he pregnant. It's like, oh, shit. You just go to different countries, different regions and stuff. It's different. But even then, a man still got to, like, he can only present what he got. And he got a reason for it. And all he has to do is figure out, okay, which women like this? Which women like this? And not which men like it, or which men trying to say I should do this or that. Because if somebody came up to me and say, well, Rom, how do I look? I don't know. Find some women to ask. Find some women. They can tell you what they tell me. Because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Because let's be real, the only reason you asking, you ain't asking for yourself anyway. You asking so you can get some women. Let's be real with that. You know what? I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. I'm going to hit y'all with something tomorrow. Alright? Because I've been seeing this for a while. But anyway, whatever your genetics are now, you can still maximize. It's still like important to maximize what you do have. You still need to hit the gym. Don't just let your shit just get out there, because they ain't meant to be out there. You know? But don't get caught up in trying to be something that you're not. Look, I ain't trying to be no like dude who's like lean and under 10% body fat. Been there before, but I had to work out like crazy. I'm old now. I don't feel like working out like that. I'm like, whatever. Plus the women they ain't tripping over it anyway, so I'm like, what the fuck? Why? I ain't comfortable there. I'm not comfortable there. Now, if somebody try to say something, I'm like, dude, you not me. Why should I worry about what you're saying or anybody else? I'm the one that got to live with it. You know, seriously. Anybody come at me like that, like, oh, well, maybe you should. No. Fuck that. Fuck that. And anybody should be more comfortable with who they are. You know, not somebody else's bullshit. And I do mean bullshit. Damn, there's a lot of cars coming up here. Alright, here we go. Yeah, not somebody else's bullshit. As long as you comfortable, as long as you good, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Oh boy, let me see. Oh, dude. Okay, come on. Because I want your chair, I want your seat. Okay, good, you good, all right. Anyway, y'all, gotta pick up something here at the post office. Go see my folks here. Oh, man, I always bump something. Anyway, y'all. Anyway, look, your genetics are your genetics, your size is your size. Alright, just be the best version of yourself, okay? Alright? I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.